प्रेम से बोलिए उमापति महादेव की जय। सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय। सर्वदेवी सर्वदेवता की जय। सकल पंच की जय। जय सीताराम। Dear devotees, let us all stand please. Again, if you can't for any reason, stay seated as we join in our commencement arati for the second night of our Shiv Purana. Hari Om Sajayang Chavarati Sanyuktam Vahinayojitam Mayadipam Grahana Devesha Trailokyati Virapaham Hari Om Deepanam Samvarapyami. Jai Shiva Omkara Har Jai Shiva Omkara Brahma Vishnu Sada Shiva Brahma Vishnu Sada Shiva Aradham Gidhara Om Jai Shiva Omkara Om Jai Shiva Omkara Swami Hari Shiva Omkara Brahma Vishnu Sada Shiva Brahma Vishnu Sada Shiva Aradham Gidhara Om Jai Shiva Omkara Ekanan Chaturanan Panchanan Raje Swami Panchanan Raje Anasanan Garurasana Anasanan Garurasana Vrishabhahan Saki Om Jai Shiva Omkara Do Bhuja Chara Chatura Bhuja Das Bhujate Sohe Swami Das Bhujate Sohe तीन ही रूप निरखता तीन ही रूप निरखता प्रभु मन जन मोहि ओम जय शिव ओंकारा ओम जय शिव ओंकारा स्वामी हरि शिव ओंकारा ब्रह्मा विष्णु सदा Brahma Vishnu Sada Shiva Aradham Gidhara Om Jai Shiva Omkara Akshamala Vandamala Om Mundamala Dhari Swami Mundamala Dhari Chandana Mrigam Madhu Soye Chandana Mrigam Sohi Hari Shubhari Om Jai Shiva Omkara Hari Ke Bij Kamandala Chakra Trishula Dharta Swami Chakra Trishula Dharta Jag Karta Jag Bharata Jag Bharata Jag Bharata जग संहार करता ओम जय शिव ओंकारा ओम जय शिव ओंकारा स्वामी जय शिव ओंकारा ब्रह्मा विष्णु सदा शिव ब्रह्मा विष्णु सदा शिव आदिगम गीधारा ओम जय शिव ओंकारा ब्रह्मा विष्णु सदा शिव जानत अभिवेका स्वामी जानत अभिवेका प्राण पाक शर्म दे प्राण पाक शर्म दे तीनों ही एका ओम जय शिव ओंकारा कोई नर गावे स्वामी कहत शिवानंद स्वामी कहत शिवानंद स्वामी सुख समपति पावी ओम जय शिवोंकारा ओम जय शिवोंकारा स्वामी हरि शिवोंकारा ब्रह्मा विष्णु सदाशिव ब्रह्मा विष्णु सदाशिव हरि गंगाधारा ओ जय शिवोंकारा ओम जय शिवोंकारा ओम जय शिवोंकारा नमः शिवाय शांताय बम भोला बाबा 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 ओ नमः शिवाय शांताय बम भोला बाबा नमः शिवाय शांताय बम भोला बाबा हे त्रिपुरारी हे दुखहारी बम भोला बाबा हे त्रिपुरारी हे दुखहारी बम भोला बाबा ओ नमः शिवाय शांताय बम भोला बाबा नमः शिवाय शांताय बम भोला बाबा 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 ओ नमः शिवाय शांताय बम भोला बाबा नमः शिवाय शांताय बम भोला बाबा 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 प्रेम से उमापति महादेव की जय सीतापति रामचंद्र की जय पवन पुत्र हनुमान की जय गुरु रामानंद स्वामी की जय आदि शक्ति जगदम्बे माता की जय बोलो वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय श्री सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय सर्वदेवी सर्वदेवता की जय साधु गुरु के दंडवत जय 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 सीताराम आपकी आसन लीजिए प्लीज टेक योर सीट्स would like to take this opportunity to also express a most cordial and special welcome to one and all and those who view with us on our Facebook page, streaming live from the Nagar Hindu Temple, branch number 67 of the SDMS of Ojo Road in Sant, Grande Trinidad, and those yet to come. We are blessed this night once more, devotees, on the second night of the 3 nights of Shiv Maha Purana, which leads up to Shiv Ratri, which is tomorrow night, and will face down into Sunday morning, coming to an end at sunrise. Again, Bhagwan Shankar says, Punya Punya bin Milhina Santa, unless his mercy shower and good karmas accumulate, it is difficult to be environments like this. All temples, in fact, are now fully activated. 1 night, 2 nights, 3 nights, 5, 7, and so on, dependent on this occasion of Maha Shiv Ratri, which is one of the earliest observances our parents brought here when they came here 177 years ago. I specifically acknowledge the presence of Pandit Sanjeev and Diberi, Pandit Rutam, Lalabhai, all bhaktas and devotees. Let's sit upright as we join in invocation mantras, keeping your focus on Bhagwan Shankar. Visualize the Lord upon Mount Kailash, sitting in the yogic posture on that tiger skin. He has also the tiger skin as his loincloth. He has his head is in the form of a jata coiled. and Ganga Mata is flowing from his head. He has snakes adorning his body, lovely earrings adorn his ears. He has the Trisula, the trident next door to him, with the Damru, devotees upon it. Nandi, upon whom he travels, devotees at the other side. And sometimes you will see, it tells you, the older pictures used to see it, little insects and so on are wrong, scorpions and all these things are wrong. It is said that when he was drinking that poison, some poison, dripped. And these are the poison that you find in the poisonous animals and plants that are wrong. But he took care of the majority of it. Let us mentally bow upon those lotus-like feet of his, begging of him to bless us with his divine grace, guidance, mercy, divine protection, divine inspiration. But we crave of you, Prabhu, the greatest of boons that a human can be blessed with, the gift of unswerving, unfaltering, uninterrupted, unflinching, loyal devotion to you. We join in praises to the various divinities, keeping our focus on Shankar Bhagavan. Hari Om. Sri Ganeshaya Namaha, Sri Saraswatiyai Namaha, Shri Guru Charana Kamalibhyo Namo Namaha. Om Yam Brahman Vedanta Vido Paranti, Param Pradhanam Purushanta Tanye, Veshwar Gate Karanam Ishwaram Va, Tasmai Namo Vigana Vinashanaya, Vinadhare Vipulamangalatana Shile, Bhaktarati Nashini Viranachikari Shavande, Kirti Prade Akhila Manoratade Maharahi, Vidya Pratayani Saraswati Naumi Nityam. Om Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwara Gurur Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Sri Gurue Namaha. Nilambuja Shamal Komalangam Sita Samarpitavam Bhagam Panu Mahashayak Charu Chapam Namami Ramam Raghuvan Sanatam. Om Namah Vigyan Rupaye Paramanand Rupine Krishnaye Gopinathaya Govindaya Namo Namah. Om Namah Sharvaya Shantaya Shambhave Shambhave Namaha. Videshwar Namastubhyam Bhuteshwar Namoastute. Karpura Gauram Karuna Utaram Sansara Saram Bhujagendraharam Sada Vasantam Hirdayar Vrinde Bhavam Bhavami Sahitam Namami. Vande Deva Umapati Vasu Gurum Vande Jagatakaranam Vande Paragabhushanam Regadharam Vande Pashunam. Om Nagendra Haraya Trilochanaya Dashamangaragaya Maheshwaraya Nityaya Shuddhyaya Digambaraya Tasmai Nagaraya Namah Shivaya. Om Mandakini Salila Chandana Charchitaya Nandishwar Pramatnat Maheshwaraya Manadara Pushpa Bahu Pushpa Supuchitaya Tasmai Makaraya Namah Shivaya. Shivaya Gaurava Rabba Vrinda Suryarya Dakshatvarana Shakaya Shirinila Kanthaya Brikhat Vajaya Tasmai Shikaraya Namah Shivaya. Om Vashishta Kumbhuda Bhava Gautam Arya Munindra Divara Chita Shikaraya Chandra Kavaishwanara Lochanaya Tasmai Vakaraya Namah Shivaya. Om Yagya Swarupaya Jatadharaya Pinakahastaya Sanatanaya Divyaya Devaya Digambaraya Tasmai Yagaraya Namah Shivaya. Om Panchaksharam Idam Punyam Yuha पतिकछेव सनिधौ शिवलोकमाप्नोति शिवेन सह मोदितेन। ॐ नमः शिवाय, ॐ नमः शिवाय, ॐ नमः शिवाय। ॐ जयन्ती मंगला काली भद्रकाली कपालिनी दुर्गा क्षमा शिवा धात्रे स्वः स्वधा नमोऽस्तुते। नमस्तुते व्यास विशाल बुधे पुलारविंद्र यतपत्र नेत्रम येन त्वया भारत तल्य पूर्णम प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानम प्रदीपम। श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मन मुकुर सुधार वरनो रघुवर संकट हरो हरे। प्रेम से बोलिए श्री उमापति महादेव की जय। We join in the Sumiran or the invocation to the Shiv Purana. As I told you, one of the main reasons is because this human mind drifts away so quickly. But when the Sumiran is chanted with love and devotion, faith and belief, even revered, simply acknowledged or meditated upon, Bhagavan does bless you, that the same mind which drifts away now stays attracted and glued to his glorious how. Like the bee on discovering nectar in the flower, how it becomes attracted and glued to the nectar, such becomes the state of the mind. You might not be that familiar with it, but concentrate upon it, and that blessing will come. Gauri Shankar Pad Kamal Prema Sahit Hi Alai Shrimad Shambhu Purana Ki Bhasha Rachusvai Sruti Sama Vedanadi Shiva Samba Sachidanan Nirguna Brahma Vilakshayika Idhyayami Sukhakan Jehi ki maya paya jaga bhava palan laya hoy swabhu swayambhu jasu bala pavai gaurab doy jinko madhav ravi gana धीश शिव यूत ध्यान जो निज जन के अघ सकल की छिन में देत बहाय मात पिता गुरु भारती वेद व्यास मुनि प्रेम सहित कर जोर कर सभी नवा बहुषी सप्त संहिता सहित श्री शिव पुराण सुखदान भोक्ति मुक्ति दायक सुगमा कहतन जीवन प्राण काशी पालक शिव सुमिरे गिरिजागन पति ध्यान शुभ विदेश्वर संहिता टीका लिखत बनाए उमापति महादेव जी की जय शरणम नाथ मम संकट हरो हरि प्रेम से उमापति महादेव की जय। I told you last night, devotees, Shivratri is one of the earliest observances that our foreparents brought when they came here, and the elder folks will tell you that. They didn't have much temples and so on. Long ago, we didn't have Shivling coming from India and so on. So people go to the river and they get a nice, stone and they bring it home and you offer your faith and your devotion with it, bringing Shankar Bhagavan into it. And many people long ago had these natural stone links from the river that they got. It's only when all these modernized ones come in, everybody started buying nice, good-looking ones and so on. Right? But everybody had those before. So your dharma, devotees, is your way of life. You live it, it's going to protect you. Let us remember that. It's not again a religion in inverted commas. You have to live it. And devotees, all these rites, rituals, observances, vows and so on. And I've always mentioned that a Hindu does not have to go out of his lifestyle to become active. You are fully active from the 1st of January. The 1st of January to the 31st of December. Right? So devotees, you have enough activities to get you flowing. The Vedas, the old scripture quotes, live for your dharma and your dharma will protect you. We all have come directly from as descendants of the holy rishis and the munis, the saints and the sages. Whatever opportunities we encourage, the ambitions we nurse, do not drift away from your path of truth, this path of discipline to eternity. Victory be to Sanatan Dharma. Let us praise our way of life. कहो एक बार ये मित्रो सनातन धर्म की जय हो कहो एक बार ये मित्रो सनातन धर्म की जय हो करो प्रचारो दुनिया में सनातन और संतान को अनेको जो दावा मन में रखते हो ऋषि संतान को अनेको जो दावा मन में रखते हो छोड़ो कर्म अपने को सनातन धर्म की जय हो सनातन Satya Sanatan Dharma ki Jai. We glorify Shankar Bhagavan. Jai 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 Tripurari. Jai 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 Tripurari. Jai 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 Tripurari. Jai 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 Tripurari. Om Jai Trilochan Jai Dutamochan Jai Mangalkari Jai 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 Tripurari Jai 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 Tripurari Mukti Pradayak Sharanat Range Shisha Jata Me Shobhit Gange विभूतर माये भोले जय कैलाश बिहारी जय 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 त्रिपुरारी जय 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 त्रिपुरारी ओ जय हे त्रिलोचन जय दुखमोचन जय हे मंगलकारी उमापति महादेव की जय, शंकर भगवान की जय. Tonight, once more, dear devotees, we have this blessed privilege to take a dip once more in this fathomless lake of nectar, the Shiv Purana, which, devotees, is one of the 18 Purans we have, devotees, in Sanatan Dharam. Remember, we do have one script here. The oldest script here, devotees, are the 4 Vedas. Then you have the 6 Shastras. You have 108 Upanishads. Think about it. You have the Mahabharata, you have Bhagavad Gita, you have Dharam Shastra, you have Smrutis, you have Smritis, and so on. But Sri Suji Maharaj related these kathas, devotees, in Naimisharan Kshetra to the 88,000 rishis. And when you get devotees engaged in the holy environment of satsang, you just want to hear more and more and more devotees. So when they finish with one katha, they ask again to listen to more in this respect. And that narrator, he who likes to narrate, when he gets the opportunity to see in the interest devotees in the heart of the bhakta, he continues to narrate the kathas, having that love for it. You see, devotees, the holy environment of satsang is like that. That's why Shri Ram told Shabari, Pratama bhakta santan kar sanga, dusari rati mama katha prasanga. You just like this kind of company, and you will see the magic that will happen. For in it, devotees, what happens? You are going to have puja, worshiping the feet of Bhagavan. You are also going to have devotees, kirtan, singing and chanting the praises of the Lord, and devotees, with that katha, listening to the divine nature of the Lord, it will cause the third eye to open, that the light of knowledge will dawn, dispelling the darkness of ignorance. And when that happens, control then comes over the senses of perception and the organs of action, and a transformation takes place, devotees, within the self. You begin to look at life now, not through these physical eyes, but through the third eye, devotees. Now, last night, as I said, you have 24,000 sloks or Sanskrit meters, which comprises the Shiv Purana, divided into 7 samhitas, or maybe simply put it, as devotees, volumes in this respect. So, devotees, we cannot read all of them, as I said, but we are going to look at we just have 3 nights, so we will look at, last night we looked at the greatness of the Shiv Purana, and listening to it, just listening to this katha of the Shiv Purana. And Devraj devotees, who lived a very loose type of life, he himself, devotees, having done not much good with his body, at the end he was distressed because he was thrown out. Everything, material things went away. And he happened to reach in a place where there was Shiv Purana taking place. Right? He got a serious fever there, so he couldn't move. Right? And he had to stay there by some good faith, you know. And he happened to die there. But whilst you see that, we have to understand what Gita tells us, you know. What is the last impression on the mind at the moment of death destines the future state of the soul? What going through the mind when the soul is about to leave the body, that is what you're going to achieve. So although he was that loose type of person, but at that time his Shiv Purana through his hairs all the time, right? Even said, you want to hear it, he heard it. And the life leave at that time. When the messengers of the Lord Jamraj come to take the soul to hell, the messengers of Lord Shiva came. They said, you can't carry the soul to hell, but this man is no righteous man, he commits so much wrong and so on. No, this man was listening to Shiv Purana when he died. And due to that, he got Shivlok. You see how important it is? Now, one of the thing is, so one fella said, well, Pandit, that one easy. As soon as I know I have to die, I will start to listen to God praises. You gonna know when you have to die? Huh? It tell you, chant in the name of the Lord. Any name of the Lord you could chant. And you happen to die, you don't come back. You say, well, that one is easier. So when I go into that, I will start to chant God's name. If you don't practice that throughout your life and never come at the moment of death, that's why it has to be ongoing in you. And this is the environment where you have to find yourself in. Sanatan Dharam devotees stands on 4 pillars. And these 4 pillars are called Satya, Sauch, Daya, and Dan. Now what is Satya? Satya is truth. What is Daya? Sauch, cleanliness. What is Daya? Mercy. And what is Dan? Charity. With the going of the 3 ages of Satyug, Treta, and Dwapar, truth gone. There is no more truth again. Somebody can watch you in the eyes and tell you a dry lie. A man that's going to court and hold a religious book and swear to tell you the truth and it's a dry lie. Truth is not there. Sauch is cleanliness. Right? I tell you, one guy said, it's strange for him because he get into bed during the week. He accustomed doing that. It's once a week he accustomed bathing. You understand? Cleansing this body internally, outwardly, environment, cleanliness gone too. Right? Devotees, Daya is mercy. Looking, when you go in offer, Dwapar, mercy has gone. Today a man looking at another human and killing you just as you kill a cockroach or something. There's even worse than that too. No mercy is there in the heart anymore. In Kali Yuga, Dharma stands on 1 pillar. And that pillar is Dan. And what is Dan? Dan is what we can give. Right? Anything that you can give with this body, be it monetary, be it in kind, be it in what way you can help, physically and anyhow, what you can do, that is what will help you to build good karmas in Kali Yuga. The Satya, the Sauch, and the Daya has no effect again. Dan in Kali Yuga. And we learn that, simply to put it, blessed is the hand that giveth and receiveth. Now, where is the best time to give? When is the best time to give? When you die and you say, well, my son will do it for me now. Is it the best time? No, it will help there. But the best time to do with this body is when you are blessed with life in this body. God bless you and you have health and strength in this body. Give, do, help, assist in whatever way you can. Do not wait for somebody else to do it for you afterwards. Try and do it with this. So Sri Suji Maharaj is saying to the 80,000 rishis, devotees in Naimisharan Kshetra, as we look, devotees, at the glory of the gift of food. Now I thought I'll read this katha tonight because you will understand in every undertaking in Hinduism, there's the gift of food. Right? It tells you that any undertaking in Hinduism without food is considered incomplete. Any yagya without food is incomplete, devotees. And that's why you notice in any Hindu issue, you always have food. Why? Why food, devotees? And when is the best time, I said, to do it? When God bless you with health and strength. In whatever way you can, do it. Do not wait for when the time comes that you cannot do. So Sri Suji Maharaj says to devotees, the 88,000 rishis, Hari Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha Saraswati Namaha Guru Charan Kamalebhyo Namo Namam Om Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya Hari Om Kreta Papa ko narayanti Dukhena ko mahata ko vinata Yamamarke ko sukha vaishya ko Hari Om Shri Tan Dharma ko Vandamek Prabhu Sant Kumar bole ke ubach Avasharanki ko Kritang Karme ko Hari Om Bhuktam Avi ko Charata Shubha Shubha ko Bhavato ko Vakshe ko Tana ko Dharmayu Su ko Sodayakan Anane ko Shubha Karam Marga ko Hari Om Sri Sauna Chinta ko Dayavinta Sukhena ko ne ko Narayanti Yamamar ko Bhayavanham ये को प्रदध्याव को द्विजे को हरिओम द्राना को मुपात ना काष्ट को पादुके न को नरूपवे न को महता को सुखं याति को यमलायना हरिओम छत्रदाने को गक्षन्ति यथा को छत्रे न देहिता शिवी को काया को ब्रानिन को त्रदथिन को सुखं ब्रजे श्री उमापति महादेव की जय. You see, the Sant Kumaras, who are the four sons of Brahma, Sanaksananda and Sant Kumar, they did recite this katha to Vyasa Maharaj. That's how Vyasa was able to document it too. So in different places with different, people, you had this katha taking place. But in Naimisharan Chet, Sri Suji Maharaj says, he said, listen carefully as I relate to you. Hari Om Guru Charan Kamalibhyo Namo Namam Shri Bhagavan Vatsalam. इसी प्रकार व्यास जी बोले कि हे प्रभु, पापी को मनुष्यों के बड़े को दुख से पीड़ित हो, यम के को मार्ग को वहाँ को निश्चय ही भोग जाता है को, अब को सुख के देने वाले उस धर्म को कहता है. इस संसार में को जी को श्रेष्ठ को कर्म को करने वाले हरिओम साम चिंता दया को, हरिओम दयालु को पुरुष को मई को सुख है को भयंकर को यम का को जाते है. श्री उमापति महादेव की जय. He said here, those who commit against sins go along the pathway to Yamraj with great misery and agony. Now it tells you there are four gateways to Lord Yamraj: east, west, north and south. And they are the various upper tiers, the upper and the lower, which devotees, the soul, leave this body. The righteous travel along the east, west and north gateway, but the sinful go around the southern side. Right? The righteous people, when the life has to go from the upper tiers, either through the ears or the eyes or the mouth or the nose and so on. The wicked ones, when the life have to leave this body, mainly go through the lower upper tiers like the anus and the private organ and so on. Definitely you're going down to the southern side. So all these, they go with great misery in their pathway. Tell me again, he says here, that of the religious deeds then, which render pleasure devotees to Lord Yamraj. What does please Lord Yamraj? Plenty, to allow you to go in a very easy manner on that way. So Sant Kumara said, Vyasa Maharaj, listen, be it devotees auspicious or inauspicious, it has devotees, one has had to reap the fruit of karma. Karma will play the game, for man is the creator of his destiny. How you make your bed, so you will lie. And we understand from Katha that we just bring karma some thousands of births before they come and they meet us and so on. Okay? I will tell you, he says here again, those again sacred rites that will yield happiness to your life whilst you are here and to help you along an easy pathway to Lord Yamraj when the time comes to leave this body. Anybody who performs auspicious rites, devotees, and the minds the devotees are gentle, and who are devotees merciful in nature, they pass through devotees the terrible pathway to Lord Yamraj very happily. You see the qualities that we have to embed in us, right? You have to be, it says here, devotees. You have to perform auspicious rites. When you go do the rites, when you can't move again, is when God bless you with health and strength. That's when you have to do it. You have to be simple, humble, down to earth, gentle. You have to be merciful in your heart. Right? When you're doing these deeds, you don't do it out of ego. And anytime you do something, you regret you do the good. You lose all the value from it. Anytime you give and you're sorry you give so much, you lose it. You lose it, devotees. When you give freely from your heart. So one goes happily along that pathway. Who is that person? जो श्रेष्ठ को ब्राह्मणों को जता हरियम जूता के लड़की को सहाय को देती है, हरिओम वहाँ को मनुष्य बड़े को हरिओम घोड़े पर चढ़ा कर सुख के यमलोक को जाता है. The person, devotees who make gifts of sandals, footwear to the brahmanas. You know, one person Did that take place? So they had to get the list on the Mahapatra, right? But what the Mahapatra wants shoes to do, what he want gold to do, and what he want this and that to do. Oh, you open a store, what? This is how some people think, you know. These gifts that should be made when you live in. Whilst you live in, you make the gift of footwear to the Brahmana, because he was sankalap kare this, not just accept it, you know. You have to bless it. All right, umbrella, all these things and so on. They bring great merits to that individual. So even self, you still do it after death when the person has left. That you could still do it on the day of the shaving, the bandara, all these gifts and so on are made, which are very meritorious to the Atma or the soul. They go happily to the abode of Yam. Isi prakar ke, ki chata se umbrella devotees, they go again under the shade of that umbrella, breaks in from, because the cities to Yamraj, there are 16 of them, certain place that has sun hot like fire. That is where the umbrellas appear to shade you. And thorns and so on the ground, the footwear does come in there and so on. By the gift devotees of palanquin, they go by the means of a chariot. What is a palanquin? A mode of transport then. Right? So if you give somebody a bicycle, that's a mode of transport. You have palanquin in India when you go in Vaishnav Devi. Or if you want to buy a motor car for the person, no problem. Right? Whatever mode of transport you can give, but it has to be blessed. Same Gita explain, right? When you give in gifts, you have to give it to the person deserving, or else nothing is recommended or documented in your Akashic record in the heaven. And that's why these things, the Brahman will chant the Sankalp mantra there to sanction this gift that you have made. So it appears to you then. Now it does not mean you cannot give to anybody. We must not misunderstand that. But there's a difference between dana and charity. Okay? What has to be given will be sankalp, will be blessed by the Brahmana. Charity is nothing wrong. You give, you could feed everybody. And this is something people have a misunderstanding. You know, you go to do a bhandara, and they say, okay, these are the siddhas and the Brahmanas. And this one is for who? He said it now. He said, well, Baba, you can't bless all together? No, you cannot do that. Because what you're blessing here for the Brahman goes to the Brahmana. Then now is not a Brahman. You cannot bless that siddha for the Brahman and give it to him. But you could give it to him otherwise. There's nothing wrong in that. Right? You bless it and you give him and so on. You could feed the whole village and give the whole village. Nothing is wrong. But what is blessed for the Brahmana has to go to the Brahmana. Hari Om Narayan और को हरि ओम श्री शैया को आसान में को प्रधान के करने सो को विश्राम को करने को सुख जाता है श्री उमापति महादेव की जय. The gift of a bed, the gift of a seat, an asan to sit on. Okay, he goes, devotees, with ample rest on that way to Lord Yamraj. Right? Now, even to I am telling you, you have to do this, you know. I know sometimes, you know, again, let me come back to the Mahapat. We have an official Mahapat here, Pandirutam, right? We just want to know, who you have to carry all that for? Right? Some people buy, how you call it, a piece of sponge and they wrap it up and carry it. Okay? I know people buy bed and carry it by the river to Sankalap Kare for the Mahapat. A complete bed with everything on it. You must read the Garur Purana. I keep stressing that all the time. And you will see how effective these things come in. If you can afford it. So it goes with all these again. A person who can make parks with nice trees for people to relax and all these things and so on. All right? They go without devotees. Any weariness in their heart. And even in the hottest region, devotees, they go with peace in their heart. और को पुष्पों के कुबा कुबनाए को मनुष्य के पुष्प विमानों के उजाते की होता है. Those who make devotees, flower gardens and so on, they go by a biman to Lord Yamraj. Right? Planted flowers and so on, beautifying the environment. Remember, we are Nitya worshippers, Hindus are Nitya worshippers. We take care of the environment, we beautify the environment. You can make a place for people to relax and rest. That's a blessing. Right? Prepare a nice garden where people could even see you, feel happy and behold in it. All these things bring devotees and so on. Isi prakar ko, Hari Om, कि देवताओं के मंदिर को हरिओम श्री बनाने को करने को भीतर क्रिया है. Those who build temples, devotees that people could assemble and worship, this is a great gift if you can do it. They devotees, they receive that blessing. Those again devotees, you make place again for religious people. You know, long ago, you had people used to be traveling a lot, especially religious. They have them in India today, and you can have rest stops for them and so on. That is a very great blessing too that you get from those types of rest houses, as you call them. Taking care of orphans who have no parents and so on. Look like the earthquake. Some of those children, their parents die and all these things in the earthquake. Right? Taking care of an orphan who has no one to care for that individual. It's a very, very great blessing you can do with this body. Hari Om. देवताग्नि को गुरु ब्राह्मणों के तथा को माता पिता को पूजने वाले मनुष्य पूजमान को दुष्ट को सुख पूर्वक हरिओम यते को चिंत को मार्ग में को यम लोक को प्राप्त होता है. Those who worship the devatas with using this body, you worship Agni Devata, the fire, the holy Brahmanas, your guru, your parents, young ones. Janamata pita ki seva ki una tirata snana ki una kiyo. There is no greater blessing you can achieve in your life than serving your father and your mother, your parents. When they bless you, it's worth more than when the devatas bless yourself. Always remember that. Right? Always try to win that blessing of parents. And as parents too, I tell you, children that sometimes go on the other side of your thinking pattern, never put your mouth on your children. Whenever you put your mouth on your children, it will take effect on them. And you yourself will be sorry later on to see what they have to go through. But whatever be it, always keep blessing your children. Hari Om Narayana Bhakti Kevalam. They go along that pathway to Yamraj devotees. They are honored on the way. That's the kind of reception you get then. दीपक के दान कर दे वाले सब पूरन को दिशाओं में प्रकाश को करके हुआ जाते हैं और हाथ में को रसादी को दान करने को हरिओम निरोग हो को सुख को जाता है. Those who make the gift of lamps, devotees, right? The pathway is lit for you, go brightly illuminated along that 10 quarters of the universe. Right? There's another katha again in the Mahatma with Chenchula. All right, and no Gunanidhi went to steal in the temple, you know, but the light was dim. He burst piece of clothes, right, to light it to get light, and he didn't realize it was a light he lit for the temple to brighten the Shivaling, and he fought and he died. He get moksha. The gifts of light devotees. Now you'll notice too, like if you're doing Shivan Bhandara, you're supposed to give a light, right? Even the Bhandara and so on. Light is always great to give. And light for the mandir devotees to keep this place lit is blessed. Now people do it. Right? I just recently, and I can just point out, Mr. Gopi and his family there, they will bring devotees oil and so on. Mr. Sonny Boy Prabhu, always bring in oil and diya and all the things. Keep the mandir lit. Keep it lit. Let light be lit in this mandir. The gift of light, devotees, brings that blessing when the soul has to go to Lord Yamaraj. By giving houses, devotees, places of asylum for those who have no other place and sort of thing, they go without any sickness or problems on the way. And devotees, those who are habitually devotees, serve the Guru. They go without any difficulty. You see, Guru ke seva, serving the feet of the Guru guilelessly from the heart. When the time to leave this body, all of us have to go to Lord Yamaraj one day. But that journey becomes easier for you without any difficulties whatever. Siddhi Suji Maharaj says to the 88,000 rishis. Hariyam, aurako, Hariyam गाँव के को देने वाला सबको कामना से को पुण्य हुआ मार्ग को जाता है वहाँ पर को मनुष्य को मार्ग में को अपना को लिए हुआ अनको हरिओम पाननों के की होता है श्री उमापति महादेव की जय. Those devotees who give again rest to people on the way, I say rest houses, they have them long time. rest houses and so on. People traveling, they have a place that you can rest. I think on the Tampuna Road, going back to San Rafael, there's a rest house there, right? But again, this place comes so dangerous and so on now. Those who devotees give again musical instruments to Brahmanas, they go happily devotees on that way to Lord Yamraj. Those who give again, it tells you here, Hari Om Bhagavan, cows devotees, they go along that pathway, flourishing devotees with all the desires of the heart, the gift of a cow. There are many types of Gaudan that you do, Do you know when you have a wedding, and the girl's father can give the son-in-law a cow, right? In a 3 days wedding, the son-in-law does have to make a promise, Trinraj, that he will protect Gau Mata, the cow, for the rest of his life, not to eat the cow, but to mind it and care for it. So a cow could be given there. Most of the times we do it, devotees, when the soul has to reach Vaitarani, that is easier to make that trip across. So the gift of a cow, which is go down, it helps that soul to cross even easier. And devotees, those who give food, they get food stuff and all these things on the way, right? Which they give every way on that pathway. Now again, पाद्य के प्रधान को करने को प्राणी को जलवाने को मार्ग को जाता है. Those who give water to wash the feet. Well, nobody are washing feet. Everybody have on socks and shoes these days. But long ago, people used to be traveling with sandals and all these things and so on, and the road was not like as nice today. Gita, the road nice? So water to wash the feet and so on. Even that gift of massaging feet, oil for massaging the body. Right? They go on horseback to Lord Yamraj. All these devotees are great gifts that one can give according to devotees. Shiv Maha Purana. Hari Om. Suwaran au ko ratano ke pradhan se ko. Hari Om Durga ko kilo ko Hari Om tarta hua. Aur ko Hari Om Chandi ko adi pradhan karne ko sukayam loko jata hai. Sri Umapati Mahadeva ki jai. By the gift of gold, devotees, silver and so on, you also go happily on that way. Now you'll notice in our rites and rituals, gold, devotees, is very important. It's a purifying element. That's what's used in the body when someone dies, to drain out any life force that could be stuck in the cells and so on. Does any gift that is being made, gold enhances it. Like you do in a Gita Dan, you're really supposed to have a piece of gold if you can. Not what I'll break up airing what you have, right? It's supposed to be a clean new piece of gold. All right? By the gift, with the cow, you're doing a Gaudan. Every gift that you are making, the gold enhances that gift, devotees, if it can be afforded. Sri Umapati Mahadeva ki jai. By these and similar gifts, devotees, one go devotees happily to the abode of Lord Yamraj. Sabdano ke anadan hai. But I tell you, out of all the gifts a person could make, it don't have any gift greater than the gift of undone. What is devotees? An means food. There is no gift greater than food. Hari Om. इसी प्रकार के मुनीश्वरों अन्नदान के समान और को कोई दान नहीं है. There is no charitable gift that you could do with this body or to make a gift that could compare with the gift of food. It don't have any. It is the highest, it is the greatest, it is the most meritorious gift that any human can make devotees. Hari Om. अनका को प्राणी उत्पन्न होता और उसमें को भाव को बढ़ जाता है. Everything comes from food, and without food, every of God's creature will die. We will not be able to survive without food. In its absence, we are going to die. Right? You might be able to. Well, some of them was under that robbery, the earthquake there for 200 hours, and they survived it. Look at it, that's miraculous, you know. After, how long you could do without food? Now here's something. Tomorrow is Shivratri day. The Shiv Purana tell you you mustn't eat or drink anything on Shivratri day. And that should really start at sunrise tomorrow morning until sunrise on Sunday morning. How many people could do that? Huh? No eating, no drinking, and no sleeping. You have to keep jagran. Right? Just think about it. We are supposed to do that. And after hour pass, you start to feel hungry and you want to look for food. Huh? Because you're hearing a noise inside the tummy here. And you want to then start to feel weak and pain and all these things and so on. Without food, one will die after some time. Hariyo raktamasa ke ko chavi ko birya waha kram ke ko anase ko barhe hi aur ko birya ko sab ko prani me ko hai ko is karan sab sansar me anamaya anako bai hai. Food gives blood, devotees, flesh, fat, and even for procreation. Without food, this body cannot procreate. Living beings, devotees, are born because of food. Without food, you will not be able to carry on your species, right? Generations will die out because this body has to be nourished in order to procreate in this respect. All right? More than that, again, it says here too that the whole universe, devotees, is identified with food itself, right? Hariom suwaran ko ratan ko ghore hath mein isri ko mala ko chandan adi sampan ko dar to prap hone hai. A man real hungry and he didn't get food for 2-3 days or whatever, and you giving him gold. Huh? You think he happy with that? You're hungry. You're hungry. You say a hungry man is a hungry man, eh? But you're giving him gold and silver and all the material. That will have no worth to him. He wants food. When it's time, devotees, you have to have food to nourish this body, or else you yourself will grow weak and fall. So devotees, isi prakar ko, all persons, be the child in the womb, in the mother's womb during pregnancy, be the newborn, be the young, the middle-aged or the old, everybody needs food. And not only the human race, but every aspect of God's creation, chaura sila, have to get food, or else his species will die out. Hence why Sri Sudhi Maharaj is saying, the greatest gift you could always give is the gift of food, devotees. Hariyo, chudha ko sab puran ko rogo me ko prabal ko vyadi kate hai, waha ko nisandeha ko anarup ke aushadhi ko koli ko karne ko nashta hota hai. Siri Umapati Mahadeva ki jai. Hunger again is the most acute of all sickness, all ailments in this body. Right? There's no doubt, devotees, that the body will perish, devotees, without food. And if you really eat properly and so on, we really do it properly, right? You really eat properly as you really should. You will stay healthy, you know. You will stay healthy, but we don't do that. Like one person say, Babs, when you're young, you have to live to eat. When you get old, you're going to start to eat to live. Think about it, devotees. So we just take advantage, and when the body now cannot face it anymore, then ailments and all these things start to come and all these things and so on. And now you want to change the diet and all these things and so on. But if you really monitor yourself and eat properly, balanced diet and all these things and so on, you're going to stay healthy. You will be healthy. Hari Om Narayan Bhagavan Bhakti Kevalam. Isi karan ko anadan me ko bara ko punya ki hota hai. It says no happiness is in far, devotees. We've been free from sickness, devotees. Itaha no happiness than when you're not sick. And when this body, devotees, ailments start to come in, all the material things don't have no value to you again, because you cannot enjoy it. So food is the key to keeping this body healthy, that you can enjoy it in this world whilst you're here too. Okay? Sri Sudhi Maharaj says, all embodied beings will die, devotees, when scorched by hunger. Right? It's why again, it's glorified. There is no charitable gift that is greater than the gift of undone, which is food. राइट? अन्नदान को देने वाले को हरि ओम शास्त्रों में प्राण को दाता कहता है, और प्राण को दाता स हरि ओम सर्वस्व को दान को करने वाला कहा है। इस कारण को अनेके को हरि ओम प्रदान से को सबको दानने को फल को मिलता है। The giver of food is the giver of life. The person who gives food, you are the giver of life. Think about it. You sustain life, you will call life to go on. Now, do you know, devotees, one of the Maha Yagyas we're supposed to do every day is to feed another human being and a dumb animal. Every day we are supposed to do that. Feed a human every day and the dumb animal. So you don't really get a chance to do it every day, you know. But you just practice putting a right figure outside for the birds, and you're going to see what will happen after some time. I remember a long time you used to put the condensed milk thing, you open it and you leave it there. Even when the Majana was there, and then birds will keep coming, right? Feeding animals, devotees, is a great blessing. Not only human beings, every aspect of God's creation. That's why when you're doing Bhandara, you don't only take out the food for the soul, you know. You feed the cow, you feed the quadrupeds. Dog is the main animal there. Cock, the bird, and other birds, and you put one on the ground. For all other God's creation, crawling, creeping, all these things and so on, you feed God's creation. There is no gift greater than the gift of food. That's why people getting to understand this. This temple now have, how you call it, ISU where we getting too much. Right? That's why Mrs. Candice Tiwari took the opportunity tonight, right, to donate all the food and all the issues pertaining to this night and this year. Knowing the great gift of food, there isn't anything greater than it. The giver, devotees of life, is the giver of all. One attains the benefit of gifting everything, devotees, all charitable gifts and so on. It cannot be compared with the gift of food. Any gift that you may give cannot compare with the gift of food. Hari Om. जिस अनपान के पूज हरि ओम प्रश्न को हुआ है, शरीर को पुण्य के करता वहाँ, आधा पुण्य अन्न को दाता का को तथा आधा करने वाला का होता, इसको इसमें कुछ संदेह नहीं है. If a person may perform holy and sacred rites after being nourished with food devotees gifted by someone, the merit of devotees that is acquired there or accrued from it, of the sacred rites, is shared between the giver and the receiver. Right? The person who receives the food and the person who gives the food, the merits are shared between the two of them. And that's why, devotees, you will notice in any Hindu occasion, we always have food. Because Bhagavad Gita explained that katha which is really full moon night, the Satnarayan katha, it tells you in the end of it, food should be prepared and feed the people. Right? You must have any yagya without food is a tamsik yagya, or it's an incomplete yagya. We must have food. Now, let us look at and analyze food. Food is categorized. You have two great aspects of it. One is called Devta food and one is called Rakshas food. Now, who is Devta? Devta is the celestial. Who is Rakshas? Rakshas is demon. All right? Now, what food is Devta food? Devta food is Kanda Mula Phal. Things that grow below the ground, above the ground, on trees. Roots, fruits, and shoots. Is the highest diet recommended for man to live on, devotees. What is Rakshas food? Meat, blood, and flesh. That is Rakshas food. Now Krishna Bhagavan says, anytime you sit to eat and you do offer a food to me, you are thief. What kind of food are you going to offer to Krishna Bhagavan? Devta food or Rakshas food too? You give Bhagavan Krishna Rakshas food? No. And that's why every issue is vegetarian dishes. Right? Now, if you notice again, look at the richness of Sanatan Dharam, our Indian culture. When our food is prepared for devotees, any religious venture, the food is not tasted. Anytime you taste that, if a little child come and jutha the food, you can't bless it again. You cannot, because it's done jutha. The food is prepared clean. People who come in to prepare the food will make sure they are clean. And before that food is partaken of, you bless it and you offer it to Krishna Bhagavan. Now when the Brahmana blesses that food and juthas it, all the other food has come like parasad. That's why in a bhandara, you will notice the Pandit will sit with the judgment to eat. Okay? He will bless that food and partake. It's still the soul that's received that food, the essence of that food you offer through the Brahmana. It's through the holy Brahmana the soul gets the merit of it. That's why the Brahmana has to be fed. Anytime you do bless that food and you start to eat just so, the food has come like spirit food. Now same Gita tells you, eating the remnants of a yag does burn away your sin. Narad Muni was with his mother. They stayed with the saints and sages. You know when the sages don't eat, Narad mother is to scrape the leaf and what remain they will eat that. And eating the jutha of these great people, Narad became a Brahmarishi. Think about it. So we do not jutha our food when we are cooking it. Remember that. And what is marvelous, you will cook for so many people, and when you are finished, the food is perfect. And I always make reference to look at other cultures that cook on the television. Right? They're cooking, they dip the kalshul in the pot, taste it, and put it back in the same pot to continue to cook. And it is shared for everybody to eat. So you eating that person, everybody eating that person jutha. Look at it. That's how great our culture is. And you have to look at the elders and pick up this. Always remember, especially. So long ago you will notice, when you have your puja at home, right, you're making a big cook for everybody, people who come in to help, they will make a little kitchery one side or something. Today they buy some doubles and put it there and so on, you know. So if you're hungry, you go eat from that. But your puja food that you have for the prayers, nobody will jutha that. When prayers finish, Baba will bless that food, jutha it, and then everybody will eat. Now long ago too, you start to wait till the Pandit don't eat, you know. They ain't share no food, you know. Today from the time Baba started, you say, okay, you could start to share food now. Because of time and all these things and so on. So it had a reason for it. For food also carries a spiritual value with it. Not only a cholesterol and a nutritional value, it has a high spiritual value with it. And how food is prepared and by whom it is prepared, it has a lot to do with devotees, that spiritual value. Very, very important. And next thing too, what again takes away plenty of our intelligence is eating stale food. Right? The fridge is good, you could preserve food and so on, but the fridge is bad because you will have stale food in that. One fellow after 4 years, he take out some mango talcari from the fridge to hot it and eat it. After 4 years, I'm telling you. Right, how you lead that? 4 years that mango talcari was in the freezer. He take it out to hot it to eat it. These things get you sick. It takes away your good memory. That's why the fresher the food is better if you could prepare it on a daily basis. But every one of us eating stale food because every home have a microwave. And the microwave was invented to eat stale food because I used to hot it back. Think about it. So remember, devotees, there is no gift greater than the gift of food. And people who know this, they take advantage. I tell you, we subsidize here in the temple for the gift of food, prasad and all these things. Many, many people go along that way. But to be honest with you, I can't help it. But I have to point out Mr. Ashram Prasad, you know. Mr. Ashram Prasad. This man, he just obsessed with this gift of food, right? And these days, he only find any food, he prepared it himself. Everything he prepares it with love and bringing it for you, right? Now, when you could make the gift of food, when you get sick and you lie down in your bed, oh God, what I gonna do now? No, you can't do it then. When God bless you with health and strength, devotees, take the opportunity and do with this body. For you don't know when the next moment in life, we could become in a state where you've not been able to do. But all the gifts that one can make, the gift of food is the greatest. Hari Om Sri Umapati Mahadeva Ki Jai. Hari Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. इसी कारण को अनदान को बड़ा को पुण्य है. हरिओम कारण की को छुडाग्नि को से को तत्पुरुष को संपूर्ण को प्राप्त मर जाता है. अनका को देने वाला को शास्त्रों में को प्राण दाता कहता है. और को प्राण दाता हरिओम सस्व को दान को करने वाला कहता है. इस कारण को अनके को प्रदान के सबको हरिओम दानों से फल को विदाता है. Shri Umapati Mahadeva Ki Jai. The giver of food, devotees, again, is the giver of life. You attain the benefits, devotees, of this charitable gift. If a man may perform all sacred rites, devotees, holy and sacred rites, after being nourished with food, devotees, it says here, by the giver the merits are shared between the two of them. The giver of food obtains, devotees, here and hereafter, right, whatever means of pleasure that he requires here. You know what the Shiv Purana tell you? If you feed a holy Brahman under Bilpa tree, right, under Bilpa tree, you feed a worship a Brahmin and feed him under that Bilpa tree, you will never be poor in your life. You will never be poor in your life. You will always have wealth. Those are kathas in the Shiv Purana. It tells you things that we can do. Right? Great, simple things, devotees. Now, a house without food, devotees, something is wrong. Because our Hindu forefathers showed us how to live a life that your house will always have food. And the thing what they call that is barakat. Right? How you gonna have barakat in your house? And every day you go to the supermarket, the price getting higher, eh? Right? But you want to have food. And the less food you have is the more hungry you feel. Eh? Think about it. Our forefathers show us how to live, to have barakat. Watch how your stove facing in your kitchen. Anytime you're facing south and cooking, you never have barakat in your house. Anytime you live in your kitchen sink full with dirty wares, barakat will run away. Sweeping your house 6 o'clock in the evening, barakat leave and go. Quarreling 6 o'clock Sandhya time, barakat will leave and go. We have ways that your home will always have, whilst other homes do have. If you live as you should as a Hindu, you must progress, you must have that in your life. Hari Om Narayana Bhakti Kevalam. The greatest of all gift that his body could give, whilst God bless you with it, is the gift of food, devotees. Hari Om नारायण सब लोग को सबको प्रतिष्ठा हुआ. आने की को प्रशंसा करते हैं. आने के समान को और को कोई दान को न हुआ को हो गया है. Now Karan in the Mahabharata, when he was living, he did so much of good. Gold, silver, all precious metals, he gave. You know, when he left this body and he went up by Lord Yamraj up there, they gave him a plate with gold and silver to eat. So he said, how could I eat this? So they're telling him, the Yamduta, but that's all you give when you live in. You never took the opportunity to make the gift of food one day in your life. Can you eat that now? No. And Karan got the opportunity to come back down on this earth. And that is how the Pitrapaksh period comes in, where the gift of food is so meritorious. To use that period and make the gift of food. The greatest gift beside your tarpan offering for Pitrapaksh is the gift of food to the ancestors. Right? Again, vegetarian food, pure food, clean food, you offer to the Pitras. They will pass and bless it and bless you that you will have progress in this world. There is no gift greater than this gift of food. It is food, devotees, that infuses virility in your life, that you could procreate and carry on your species. Or else again, the vital air itself, life itself is founded on food. All right? By putting again, once it says here, even by putting devotees, your family on a restraint when a stranger comes, and you could feed that person, even at the expense of your family, the great blessing you get. You know, all right, a family is cooking, it has happened before, eh? So you know, well, you have 5 people in the family, you're catering for this amount. And somebody just drop in just like that, you know, 2 people in. They will never tell you to have food for you, you know. The Hindu is like that. If they have to sacrifice yourself and you will not get a plate of food, but they will feed the stranger that come. You know why? बड़े प्यार से मिलना सब से दुनिया में इंसान रे क्या जाने किस भेष में बाबा मिल जाए भगवान है. Suppose this God come in that form. That's how Sita ended up in trouble, because Ravan was disguised and he was begging for food. Right? How can I turn away this great sage? You know? But he was disguised as the old cook, right? And guys have abducted her. So even at the expense of your own family, you could give to a stranger. That is so very great, it tells you here. But the Hindu don't cook like that. When the Hindu cooks, it always have extra. And that's why you see mine animals too, eh? You have dog and all these things and so on. So any leftovers and so on, the food will not waste. And devotees, let me tell you one thing, especially young people. You see, wasting food, you will suffer for it. Waste not, want not. A person is not born in a place where you can't get food. It's karma that's caused it. You wasted it, you'll have to pay for it now. Do without it now. This is how karma plays the game. Food must not be wasted. You have to go to places like India, China, Africa, and all these places and see. When you sit down to eat a full plate of food, your mind has run back across there. Look, I could eat a belly full here. Look, a child over there. I don't know if he eat. Sometimes 2-3 days they eat. It has really touched you. And you will not want to waste. And we should not waste. Right? So even in your homes too, grow up in this way. You conserve. I know you had to conserve more than before, eh? Because everything in the supermarket going up. Right? Conserve, devotees. Use wisely. And make that gift of food whenever it is possible. Hari Om Narayana Bhakti Kevalam Charan Kamalebhyo Namo Namam. हे व्यास जी, जो सुशील कोई सा को रहित को भोजन देने वाला उत्पन्न हुआ, क्रोध को हरिओम, श्री त्याग के को पूजन है, वहाँ को तथा स्वर्ग में को बड़े को सुखद पाता है. He said, give our food, devotees, is a person of good conduct. He has good character in this way. Free from malice in his heart, devotees, and such a person should be always honored. The person who likes to give food, right? The gift of food never, devotees, goes in vain. Be it to a stranger, be it to a holy Brahmana, be it to a Shudra, be it to a dog, be it to whatever of God's creation, you can give food. The merits never go in vain. It's there for you. Always, devotees, you can afford, make the gift of food. All right? Hari Om Narayana Bhakti Kevalam. Now food again will come, devotees. Yeah, sattvic food, rajasic food, and tamasic food. What is the sattvic food? Really kandamula phal, fruits, roots, and shoots. What is the passionate type of food? With plenty seasoning, plenty pepper, onion, garlic, all that's the rajasic food. And what is the tamasic food? Meat, blood, and flesh. Food that was in the fridge for 4 months, right? Food that's spoiling and all these things and so on. That's tamasic food. And the type of food that you eat will take an effect on you, on your mentality and your general well-being itself. Very important. Swami Yogananda used to live on one boiled potato a day, That's all he existed on, One boiled potato a day. Right? You see, the soul needs devotees' food, which is this. But the material body needs food, which is the food that we prepare. So you have what you call A positive and B negative. But you can now energize that food to bring the merits that this body needs. And this is where, with the type of food, the preparation, the blessing of it, how you partake of it. When you sit on the ground to eat is the highest asana to eat on, Sattvic Bhojan. When you sit on a chair to eat is Rajasic, passionate. And you see a guy take his food and he walking up and down and eating, or he's swinging away in a hammock or posture on the banister, that's kulakshan. That is tamasic way of eating. Right? We always strive for the highest in this respect. Narayana listen to this again, to the divine regions devotees which are created in the heavens for that person who is the giver of food devotees. Hari Om Narayan. इसी प्रकार को और को सहस्त्रों के हरि ओम स्थानों में जल को शब्द करने को है तथा को हरि ओम भक्षय को भोज भोजमय को शल को वस्त्र आभूषण है तथा को दूध के को प्रवाला है नदी को हरि ओम ढीके को पर्वत हरि ओम श्वेत वर्णन वाले महल को सुवर्ण को समान को हरि ओम श्री दीप्य कुमान को शया को होता है श्री विन उमापति महादेव की जय. You rise to the highest of regions because there is nothing greater than the gift of food that you could give. Every other thing, and that's why again it tells you, the human, you might not be able to give food every day, but that's why long ago our forefathers, even once a year, they will organize for prayers. They will invite the village and so on and prepare food so you get the opportunity to make the gift of food. If it's once for the yourself, you feed people. But the more you can feed, the better for you. And the only time you could do it, when God bless you with health and strength with this body. Now look at a person who like to do this, who like to give, and who like to do all these great deeds. God does send back for you 1,000,000 times more. More you give is the more Bhagavan does send back for you. It doubles, it triples in this respect. And anytime devotee, somebody is willing to give, do not stop them from giving, but encourage them to give more. Do not tell somebody, you shouldn't give them so much. Yeah? No. Encourage to give more. For you can only do it whilst God bless you with health and strength in this body. The day devotees that this body feel to move, then you get to realize that you cannot do anything again. Now you have to depend if you have a son after to do it. And according to the same scripture tell you, you may save all the money and you're waiting for when you die, the son go do it now, he go do a go down for me and he go make the gift and he go do all these things and so on. The same Bhagavad tell you, we read these kathas and those who follow it up. When you leave this world, right, the first thing they go look to do, all your after that rights, if you have good children, is all right. But in some cases, the cheapest way they could do it. The cheapest way they could do it, and if we do the rights, and a week after you see a new 4x4 on the road, they're fixing themselves. You done there and gone. Right? Although that is your sweater, you work for it. No, I am not just, making a humorous, right? But it tells you that. So when is the best time to do it? God bless you and God bless you with it. You have it. Use these hands and do it. Give, help, whatever you can. So these merits devotees will accrue in your Akashic records in the heavenly sphere. The giver of food goes again to the higher region. One should always be a giver of food. If you want again for your own good here and hereafter, make the gift of food. इसी प्रकार को श्री सूर्य महाराज बोले, अन्न को पान को अश्व को गौ को वस्त्र को शमिया को छत्र आसन यहाँ को आत्मे दाना, हरिओम प्रेत लोके को अति को प्रशंसी को कहते हैं, श्री उमापति महादेव की जय. They said there are 8 gifts that are mainly honored here, all right, in the land of Yamraj. He specifically blessed when these gifts are made. The gift of food, the gift of drink. Well, drinking is an aspect of food, not hard drinking, so forth, right? The gift of horse, well, a mode of travel, right? The gift of a cow, the gift of clothing. That's why in Siddha it has put clothing. The gift of bed, thing to rest on. That's why these are offered, you know, when shaving and so on. The umbrella and seat to sit on, asan. These are highly honored up there. If you wish to go to that city of Yamraj, devotees, very smooth and easy pathway to him, these gifts should be made. Also, whenever you're preparing a siddha, to the Brahmana especially, salt should always be placed in it. Salt is highly recommended in the Shiv Purana. Hari Om Narayana Bhakti Kevalam isi prakar. जो मनुष्य के को अनको दानों के प्रभाव वाले को हरि ओम निष्पाप को इसको इतिहास में को पढ़ता है अथवा औरों को की पढ़ा वहाँ को धनवार को होता है श्री उमापति महादेव की जय. This narrative, Sri Sukdev Sudi Maraj is telling the 88,000 rishis, and so to the Sant Kumaras relating to Vyasi Maharaj, the great devotees' virtue of food itself, for food is life, and without food you cannot live. It says anybody who reads this katha or teaches it to others devotees, they will flourish indeed in this world and have a better place hereafter. O great sage, listening to this katha, right? This perfect, and if it's read at the Shraddha ceremony, right? When you're doing Shraddha and so on, all right? And that gift of food is given to the Brahmana, which is normally done, it results in a never-ending gift of food to the Pitras. All right? So Sri Sukdev Muni says to devotees, the 80,000 rishis, we can give different gifts in our lives. And we do. People are very, some people do guilelessly from their heart. Plenty people do give, right? In fact, everybody somewhere along the line we give. But you're looking at what bring more merits. The greatest of all the gifts that a human could make is the gift of food. Nothing greater than that. But again, remember too, food is classified, all right, as Devata food, Rakshas food, which food you're going to give. Preparation of it is important, okay? And that's why you see when you have prayers and so on, you try to prepare your food yourself, and because you know how clean you're preparing it. I cannot say somebody preparing it for you if the food is jutha or not. I don't know. But if that food is jutha, you cannot offer it to Lord Krishna. You will get cursed. You offering jutha food to the Lord. You'll get cursed for that. Jutha food you're offering to Krishna Bhagwan. That's why you have to be careful on those who will prepare your food for you also. It's easier in the sense, you know, but again, these conditions should be met if it has to be done. So devotees, and that's why at this temple, knowing this, the greatness of it, and I thought of reading this katha, President was telling me we should try on every occasion we have in this mandir, let us have the gift of food, feed people. And we've seen it happening. People are now willing to give. Some preparing themselves no matter what is sattvic bhojan. So devotees again, do whilst you can, when you can, and as long as you can. For we know not when that moment will come, when we are not able to do it. Still again, you know, let me say you can't do it, to be honest, or it's a slip you didn't get to do it. You have the finance, you could still, you know, finance it then and pay for it and so on. So people do that too. That is their sweat in some way or the other, and if you notice, well, living goes along. So they still make it, but try to do what you can when you are living with this body. Hari Om Narayan Bhakti Kevalam Charan Iti हरि ओम इति श्री शिव महापुराण को भाषा टीकायन पंडितु संहिता उमा संहिता आनदान को महात्मयं वर्णन को नैमिकाष्टक अध्याय समाप्ति। प्रेम से बोलिए श्री उमापति महादेव की जय। उमापति महादेव की जय। May the blessings, devotees of Shiv Purana Katha be upon us all. May the mercy of Lord Shiva be showered upon us also. May again this Katha bring some insights in our life. Use this body whilst you are blessed with it. And what you can do, how much you can do, do it from your heart. That blessing will be there to help you. But again, as we end, no gift that you could give greater than the gift of food. Right? Today we commend the youth group for sitting as Shrotas. We want to thank Ms. Candice Tiwari for knowing the greatness of food, contributing all that, and many others too, to make the Shiv Purana Yagya a success. So tonight is the second night, devotees. Tomorrow is Shivratri. We will have Katha as usual, Puja Katha and so on, and we'll have our jal offering for midnight. The temple, I think, will provide for those who may not have belpat, sugarcane, right, or so many things that you will get. Now, yeah, so just to give you an idea what will happen tomorrow, we normally work with a number system to prevent people lining up. It don't make sense just stand up in a line waiting. You take a number, if you know your number is Alpha, you can remain and relax and so on. The Kirtan Mandali is normally here. We will keep Jagran whole night tomorrow. If you can help it, and you can fast for tomorrow whole day and tomorrow night, great. And it's only when you're fasting and you're real hungry and you're seeing the food and you know you can't eat it, you're going to always hunger. Eh? If every time you're hungry and you run to the kitchen and you get something to eat, you would not know where is hunger. Right? But it's something fasting, you have to practice it too. Right? We don't want you to get sick and all these things. So I am not telling you to do this, but if you look at, if for some reason you can't, well, a subsistence something, very small, sattvic food then, either fruit or some milk or whatever you can then in this way. All right? But do go and suck 20 orange, you know. Right? The subsist on the minimal amount if for some reason. But better yet if you could do without it. What is marvelous about the mandir here too is that devotees now get to realize, like others, how great Shiratri night is. And so the mandir is filled on a Shiratri night with people keeping Jagran. Young kids are here, youths are here, adults are here, middle-aged, the old, they remain in Jagran through the whole night. And it's a really, really beautiful, how you call it, occasion. We'll have security too, right? Right? Security will also be provided. Anything you would like to add, Mr. Navin, or is that right? Normally too is a time after, how you call it, Shiratri is finished, it leads on to the Holi, which is Bhagwa, and during this time you find the Chautal and so on will start, you know, practicing and singing and so on in this way. So all that will take place and so on. So we do look forward to seeing you, spending the night with us, if possible, and keeping that night of Jagran. The night dedicated to Lord Shiva and Shiratri night, you get the merits of a person who would have worshipped Lord Shiva for 365 days. Think about it. Is it not worth making a sacrifice? All right? The easiest of all divinities to fulfill wishes is Shiv Bhagwan himself. Dedicate and devote. There are various things that you bring to offer there. One of the favorite of Lord Shiva is your batasa, sugarcane. All right? People, they put different things in their lota, rice and bactil and flowers and coins and all these things and so on. What comes from your heart, that is the important thing. Okay? When you come to offer your prasad and so on tomorrow, remember, do not touch it to the Shivling. This is not a Narbara ling. Anytime you touch the Tariyat to the Shivling, you'll have to leave all the prasad there. So you hold it near, it's blessed, you leave some there, and you take back some. Arti for Shankar Bhagavan too, it says that you really make that arti, you know, like this then. Some people do the whole thing. But you cannot really measure the entirety of Shivlinga. This is the thing about it. We cannot say start here and it finish there. You can't find that. That's why you can't do the whole thing. After you're completed there, devotees do parikrama, which is circumambulation of the temple. You fill your lota with water, you go around 3, 5, 7 times, depending how much you want. You'll have needy cases here, you wish to do charity, give food or dakshina, whatever and so on. All these opportunities you will get to do on a Shivratri night. If you stay home, you go watch TV and you go look for something in the fridge to eat. But if you come here, you will be in the holy environment of satsang, right? Seeing bhaktas and devotees, and you must get the merits of it. So it's a night worth spending. It's congregational worship where should be spent in the mandir. So Prem se boliye Umapati Mahadeva ki jai. I don't think I missed out anything, right? All right. So we'll have here at this time Havan, and whilst we have Havan, we'll have let us do the jap first and then we'll get into Havan. We normally do jap, which is utterance of that Maha Mantra, which is Om Namah Shivaya. As I said, if you have a mala and a favorite mala for Lord Shiva, Rudraksh, you can use it. If not, you can use your hands. So you cross your hands like mine. Your right hand is on your left side, your left hand is on your right side. So we are counting on the right hand, which is on the left side. Om Namah Shivaya. And when you do 12 here, the left hand on the right side, you put it on one of the joint here, that is 112. When you do 9 here, right? 9 times, 9 by 12 is 9 12s, 108, okay? So you would have complete a mala. So let's sit upright, keep your focus on Lord Shiva as we join. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Prem se Umapati Mahadeva ki jai. So because tomorrow is a day we should fast, the temple will not be serving food tomorrow. Only prasad we are going to get after puja. Let us stand please now as we join in our closing arti for this evening. Hari Om Yani Kani Chapapani Janamantar Gretani Tani Tani Vinashanti Pradakshina Pari Pari Deepanam. Priya, Priya, Hari Om. Oh, you have to make someone now. You don't want to Hari Om. Jai Shiva Omkara, Har Jai Shiva Omkara. Brahma Vishnu Sata Shiva, Brahma Vishnu Sata Shiva, Har Sankitara. Om Jai Shiva Omkara. Om Jai Shiva पंचानन राजे स्वामी
पंचानन राजे
हंसानन गरुड़ासन
हंसानन गरुड़ासन वृषवाहन साधे ओम जय शिव ओंकारा
दो भुज चार चतुर्भुज दस भुज ते सोहे
स्वामी दस भुज ते सोहे
दीन ही रूप निरखता
दीन ही रूप निरखता त्रिभुवन जन मोहे ओम जय शिव ओंकारा जय शिव ओंकारा स्वामी हरि शिव ओंकारा ब्रह्मा विष्णु सदा शिव ब्रह्मा विष्णु सदा शिव अर्धगंगाधारा ओम जय शिव ओंकारा
अक्षमाला
वनमाला
और मुंडमाला धारी
स्वामी मुंडमाला धारी
तन तन मृग मद सोये
चंदन मृगवन सोहे भाले शुभकारी ओम जय शिव ओंकारा
श्वेतांबर पीतांबर बागंबर अंगे
स्वामी बागंबर अंगे
आदिक सनकादिक
ब्रह्मादिक सनकादिक वेदादिक संगे ओम जय शिव ओंकारा ओम जय शिव ओंकारा स्वामी हरि शिव ओंकारा ब्रह्मा विष्णु सदा शिव ब्रह्मा विष्णु सदा शिव अर्धगंगाधारा ओम जय शिव ओंकारा
हर के बीच कमंडल चक्र त्रिशूल
धरता स्वामी चक्र त्रिशूल धरता
जग करता जग भरता
जग करता जग भरता जग संहार करता ओम जय शिव ओंकारा
ब्रह्मा विष्णु
सदा शिव
जानत अविवेका
स्वामी जानत अविवेका
प्राण वाक शर्म थे
प्राण वाच शर्म धी तीनों ही एका ओम जय शिव ओंकारा
यह आरती शिव जी की जो कोई नर गावे
स्वामी जो कोई नर गावे
भगत शिवानंद स्वामी
भगत शिवानंद स्वामी सुख संपत्ति पावे ओम जय शिव ओंकारा ओम जय शिव ओंकारा स्वामी हरि शिव ओंकारा ब्रह्मा विष्णु सदा शिव ब्रह्मा विष्णु सदा शिव अर्धगंगाधारा ओम जय शिव ओंकारा ओम जय शिव ओंकारा ओम जय शिव ओंकारा
दुख हरो हमारे बम भोला दुख हरो हमारे बम भोला
दुख हरो हमारी बम भोला दुख हरो हमारी बम भोला
ओ बम भोला जय बम
भोला
बम भोला जय बम
भोला दुख हरो हमारी बम भोला
दुख हरो हमारे
भोला दुख हरो हमारी बम भोला
चूरा धतूरा बेला हरो हमारे बम भोला,
दुख हरो हमारे बम भोला, दुख हरो हमारे बम भोला, दुख हरो हमारे बम भोला।
बम भोला जय बम भोला,
बम भोला जय बम भोला, दुख हरो हमारे बम भोला, दुख हरो हमारे बम भोला, दुख हरो हमारे बम भोला,
दुख हरो
हमारे बम भोला, दुख हरो हमारे बम भोला।
प्रेम से बम बोला उमापति महादेव की जय। We join in prayerful submission, giving thanks to Prabhu once more for these moments of togetherness in this holy environment of the mandir on the second night of this occasion of Shiv Ratri, which will be tomorrow night. We beg Prabhu, as we give thanks, may we have that blessing to be here tomorrow once more. Hari Om. Ganapati Girija Pridabhadvajam Chanamukhananiti Mukadhibadhima Manujabal Trishula Prekhastvacham Pratidinam Kushalam Jai Mangalam Pratidinam Kushalam Jai Mangalam Rigved Yajurved Samved Tharvana चारों वेद कल्याण आशीर्वाद आशीर्वाद कल्याण मंगलम भगवान विष्णु मंगलम गरुड़ध्वज मंगलम पुंडरीकाक्षम मंगलाय तनोहरि त्वमेव माता
शपिता त्वमेव
त्वमेव बंधु
सखा त्वमेव
त्वमेव विद्या
द्रविणं त्वमेव
त्वमेव सर्वं
मम देव देव। ॐ शान्ति 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 हरि ओम।
प्रेम से बोलिए उमापति महादेव की जय, सीतापति रामचंद्र की जय, पवन पुत्र हनुमान की जय, गुरु रामानंद स्वामी की जय, आदिशक्ति जगदम्बे माता की जय, श्री वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय, सर्वदेवी सर्वदेवता की जय, साधु गुरु के दंडवत जय 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 सीताराम। आपकी आसन लीजिए, प्लीज टेक योर सीट्स। Please be reminded, after receiving Arati, Panchamrit, Prasad, meals are prepared. Please, the only time the blessing comes is when you take food. You always beg people to eat more. Eat more. Beg them to eat more. That's where the blessing comes. Okay? So God bless you.